I think it was definitely a lot more work maybe than we thought it would be, but I mean, it's been worth it though. We've like built this with our own two hands, and a lot of people don't even get the opportunity to do that. I'm Lacy.
And I'm Colby.
And this is our handmade home in Austin, Texas. So I'm an artist. I work predominantly in chain stitch embroidered goods, a lot of patches. I have a business, Dye Trying TX. It's a very handmade process. We do that all in our studio, in our house. A lot of like my day-to-day work is like very involved with like color. I think that definitely plays a part in my space. We're both like textiles. My embroidery work involves like creating textiles. And also because I work and live here, it's all just one big, workspace really. There was really nothing redeeming about this place. You can't put lipstick on a pig, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, you can.
You can try, but it is what it is. The house was falling down. It was
frightening.
It was terrifying. But being able to have 3.5 acres in Austin, Texas, for us, that was like the main reason. It was a little white farmhouse. We knew once we got it down back to like the studs that we could build it back up and make it whatever we want.
I want kind of a sit-around house. I want like a loungy house where it feels substantial, like authentic.
Western kind of style is something I've always been drawn to and definitely plays a part not only in my work, but my general aesthetic. When we moved into this place, what I realized is I really do enjoy having like a white, neutral background and then adding in pops of color. I want it to be inviting, light-filled. Even when we were just designing like windows and doors in here, like it was with the idea of letting in as much natural light as possible. When we bought the place and moved in, there was no porch. There was nothing. Like you literally just got rained on all the way up to the front door. On Colby's birthday one year, and we were like, we're gonna take a big trip, or we could build a deck that will change our lives forever. Really having like that outdoor space just has been extraordinarily life-changing.
Yeah, a porch will change your life.
Yeah. And then also just like investing in pieces that you find on Craigslist or at Facebook Marketplace now is like, I'm obsessed with looking at that. Like our lawyer bookcases for sure, usually we're like overpriced. So we finally found like 2 sets for like a fraction of what most people sell them for. We did get like a kitchen table that we like threw down some serious money for, but it's also the kind of piece that like I know that we'll have it forever. I like that idea that you don't just go buy stuff, fill your house, you get good deals, and then you search for the piece that you really, really want. I love that we like decided to do pocket doors everywhere. I don't know if you've ever been in a house where like there's doors everywhere and they're like taking up space here and there, and so we made an effort to like make every single door in our house a pocket door.
I mean, if you go through the trouble of getting your house down to the frame, you've got this great opportunity to put in pocket doors and save space when you wouldn't have otherwise.
So when we first bought the house, this was the only room that was like really inhabitable. Colby's office was in here too at some point, and I realized like we were running out of space. Like we were like, the only thing that makes sense is for us to move to that back room. Last year, that's when I did all the built-in stuff and the cork board. It went from just me and one machine to like a fleet of machines. And I also have an incredible team of 3 women that help me stitch. 5 or 6 years ago, I bought a machine on eBay without really knowing anything. It took 6 months to kind of even figure out how to make the thing work. I thought it would be a great way to just try something different out. Any spare time I had, I would work on it and try to make different things, and just became just this like real obsession. All the designs of the patches are my designs, but it is collaborative in sort of the way that we figure out how to make a patch or a pillow. I'll start off with doing drawings, and then I might do a few samples of pieces. We'll kind of pick out some colors and we'll try some different variations, and we kind of talk about how they look. I didn't really expect for it to turn into what it is today. Basically, I started an Instagram page, and that like developed into having followers, and then it grew from there. It's been kind of a whirlwind. Like I feel like the last 3 years have flown by.
Lacy actually started her business in this room, but at some point I wound up in here. So I work from home for a computer company, My space is important because I'm here all the time. I felt like I needed to make a desk that allowed me to stand up, and I had been doing a lot of work in this house, and so I said, hey, why don't I try to build a piece of furniture? Welded up the frame, I made these door faces. I was able to mill this top out of mahogany. I made these handles out of some 1/4-inch rebar. They're a little goofy looking, but they work. I wouldn't do it the same again, but I'm pretty happy with how it came out. It's interesting that we didn't really consider the house because the decision to move here was really about the space, and it was because we had a dream where we wanted to make some rental units, which we're doing.
So it was less about the house and more about the land and being able to turn it into something. The Airbnbs are definitely going to be the thing that when we start seeing a return on our investment, that will allow us to finish our house. We don't have the kitchen of our dreams yet or a really beautiful like master suite. We also do love a project and we love a challenge. When we met each other, Colby was in the middle of renovating his first house, and that's kind of how he like drew me in, like, hey, do you want to help? That's how we met each other, and we had that in common.
Everyone's experience is different, but we are of this place, you know, so whatever this house is on the outside, in the space, in here, I feel very connected to where I live. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up.
And subscribe to HGTV Handmade for more handmade home tours like this.